various skills. Director National Orientation Agency Mr. David Dogo enjoins Nigerians to patronize locally made products. Plus, flooding caused by torrential rains in northern India kills 44 people. A very good evening to you. Welcome to the news. I am Chinenye Onoha. Now the news in full. The former governor of the state and chairman state monthly environmental cleanup exercise, Chief Egbema and Oguta, has commended Imo people for their level of compliance to this month's cleanup exercise. Chief Ohaji said that these were addressing newsmen after monitoring the exercise across the state. He said gradually the present administration is beginning to get it right in trying to keep the state clean, adding that the people are beginning to embrace the efforts to return the state as one of the cleanest in the country. Chief Ohaji enjoined the law enforcement agencies deployed to assist the committee and NTRACO to ensure compliance rather than give room for defaulters to go scot-free. He said that the committee would immediately evacuate the refuse generated from the exercise to new dump sites provided by NTRACO. The General Manager, Imo Environmental Transformation Commission, Imo, NTRACO, Mr. Alex Emezium expressed delight over the turnout of Imo people, adding that the commission would improve in ensuring that the state is rid of refuse, particularly within the state capital. He commended the environmental volunteers, NTRACO officials and other related environmental committee for assisting to ensure that the monthly cleanup exercise was successful. Orient News crew who monitored the exercise along Wedru, Detlo, Mbise Road, Douglas, World Bank area, Oji Irete, Ebada, and Amakohia reports that residents of the areas were seen cleaning up their environments and disusing gutters. Members of Staff Welfare Union of the Ministry of Information and Orientation have been charged to be dedicated to their duty and shun laziness and transit. The Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Barrister Emeka Ebiliekwe, stated this when he received the executives of the union who paid him a courtesy visit in his office. Barrister Ebiliekwe challenged them to come up with ideas and programs that would enhance the standard of living of their members. The Commissioner promised to partner with Welfare Union to enable it to achieve its goals. Barrister Ebiliekwe lauded the Governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, for his landmark achievements, especially in the restated electricity to the Secretariat, and called on all to support the rebuilt Imo administration to take the state to the next level. The chairman of the union, Engineer Amobi, said they came to appreciate the commissioner for his appointment and commended Governor Emeka Ihedioha for appointing Barrister Ebiliekwe as the Commissioner for Information. He expressed optimism that he would deliver. Individuals and groups have been urged to pray constantly for the realization of the policies and programs of the present administration in the state. The Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Barrister Emeka Ebiliekwe, made the statement while addressing people with disabilities who came to celebrate the victory of the governor at the tribunal. Barrister Ebiliekwe noted that the state was blessed to have Chief Emeka Ihedioha as the governor, stressing that the governor has fear of God and needs support of the people to succeed. The commissioner said that people with disability play an important role in nation building, hence the governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, has provided them with something as he promised, having appointed 27 of them as special assistants in 27 local government areas. Barrister Ebiliekwe maintained that the reviewed Imo administration would ensure peace and security of life and property in the state and called also to support the governor to take the state to greater heights. The leader of the team and a special advisor to the governor on special citizens, Mr. Ikechukwu Ukeje, said they came to felicitate with the commissioner on the governor's victory at the tribunal, describing the governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, as a kind-hearted man who has the interests of people at heart, adding that his victory was a divine one and pledged their support for his administration. Other members of the group, Mr. Ejike Egemole of Owerri Municipal and his Delta North counterparts, Mrs. Ebera Obia, thanked God for the governor's victory and prayed him to give the governor more strength and wisdom to pilot the affairs of the state. The Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Chonya Agocha, has directed all those who were seized and parked at Hero Square by the past administration to go and pick their keke without delay. A release from the office of the SSG directs that it should be free of charge and immediate. The state government says it is placing a high premium on the teaching and learning of Igbo language in the secondary schools in the state. The Executive Secretary of Secondary Education Management Board, SEMB, in the state, Barrister Obi Anyakude, who made this known in an Orient FM interactive program in Focus, said to demonstrate government seriousness in this direction, the Commissioner for Education, Professor Viola Omondere, has directed that every Thursday be observed as Igbo Language Day in schools, as teachers wear Igbo attire to school. Barrister Anyakude, who emphasized the seriousness which the state government attaches to constant supervision in the school system, pointing out that to realize government desire in this direction, she has inaugurated 6-member supervision team to ensure regular supervision of schools in education zones of the state. The Executive Secretary, who appealed to teachers to take their job seriously, pointing out that regular and proper supervision will enhance the productivity of the teachers. She disclosed that the board was organizing capacity building seminars and workshops for teachers in the school system, and that improving them and enhancing their capacity and in the principles of schools will be trained and retrained by professionals in line with modern trend. Barrister Anyakude further revealed plans by government to employ more science teachers in line with his campaign promises, adding that for the first time in the history of Imo State, the board is introducing written examination for the appointment of principals of schools of secondary schools in the state to be marked by unbiased Alvanti lecturers. She stated that in line with the government's directive, work is in progress at the new council secretariat and the ministerium, which when completed is capable of providing enough offices and engage the youths meaningfully. Barrister Onyekele also stated that she had visited various communities in the local government's area to identify with the less privileged, as well as organizing a free medical outreach for the sick and promised to sustain the tempo. She said her administration intends to institute Chairman's Trophy or Chairman Football competition for the youths of the area, at least to keep them out of restiveness, and as well as revive the 2 rice fields in the area. Callers on the program described her as an astute politician who knows her onions. The chairman, Interim Management Committee of Egbema Local Government, Barrister Maureen Onyekele, has commended the Governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, for giving the Interim Management Chairman free hand to operate. Barrister Onyekele, who made the commendation in an Orient FM interactive program in Focus, said the free hand given to them by the Governor is responsible for the achievements they have so far recorded in their various local government areas. She stated that her administration has always hit the ground running by working towards rebuilding the local government infrastructure, which were in shambles, assumption of office, as well as restoring confidence in the council staff, whose morale remained very low throughout the last 8 years of maladministration. The IMC chairman stated that her administration has also restored light in the council, as well as cleaning the environment by clearing huge refuse dumps that littered the local government area. The IMC chairman, Barrister Onyekele, lauded the traditional and other critical stakeholders in the area for their support so far and pleaded with them to continue to preach peace in various communities, as the local government area cannot develop without a peaceful atmosphere. The IMC chairman reminded people of Egbema of the need to be supportive of the governor's policies and programs as encapsulated in the Rebuild Imo project. To complement efforts of the governor towards agricultural development, Mr. Onyekele disclosed that the council has mapped out large areas of land for palm planting of high-quality species to boost the IGR of the council. She stated that in line with the governor's directive, work is in progress at the new council secretariat and the ministerium, which, when completed, is capable of providing enough officers and engage youth meaningfully. The Imo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, ISOPADEC, is to train youths of the oil producing communities of Ohaji, Egbema and Oguta on various skills as well as provide farmers with modern farming skills to boost food production in the areas. The managing director of ISOPADEC, Engineer Antonio Quasha, disclosed this during a special town hall meeting and sensitization on cassava buyout pilot scheme and general training program at Oguta, organized by ISOPADEC. Egbema and Oguta was there and now reports.
These are stakeholders from the two oil-producing local government areas of the state. The people over the years have been faced with challenges ranging from youth restiveness to aquatic and soil degradation occasioned by the activities of the oil companies operating in the area. For them, the meeting was timely as it sought to address some of their challenges. Speaking on the occasion, the Managing Director, Engineer Anthony Okwasha, said the Commission was set to develop, invest and open up new opportunities for the people through its cassava buyout scheme and general training program for youth. He said the cassava buyout scheme, designed to promote youth participation in agriculture, provide farmers with improved cassava varieties and machines to stimulate economic growth in the area.
The program is purely to buy their produce as a margin. If you are selling a bag of cassava in your locality for 3,000 naira, we will add something and give for you so that you can make additional money on this.
The managing director said the commission has concluded plans to commence training of youth of the area on various skills with a view to building their capacity in that area. He also announced that the payment of bursary to undergraduate students from the two local government areas will soon commence.
This program is purely to take our guys off the streets.
The State Deputy Governor, Engineer Gerard Irona, commended the board and management of ISOPADEC for the initiative and assured them of the state government's support. Engineer Irona assured the people of the determination of the administration of Chief Emeka Ihedioha to ensure that the resources of ISOPADEC was properly utilized.
We shall come up with the local content policy of Imo State. I will say for every 10 people you will employ, so number will be given to people from this area.
A stakeholder in the oil producing area and the former Inspector General of Police and Chairman Police Service Commission, Sir Mike Okiro, and traditional ruler of Ochia in Ohaji, expressed joy with the program initiated by ISOPADEC and encouraged the management to do more. I am Egbema and Oguta, Orient News.
Thanks for staying tuned. Help the government to plan and implement basic social services. Register your child at birth at the National Population Office in your local government area. You are watching the Orient Television News. Now a reminder of the headlines. Former Governor of the State Chief Ikedion Hakim has commended Imo people for their commitment in the statewide cleanup exercise. The Imo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission, ISOPADEC, is to train youths of the oil-producing communities of Ohaji, Egbema and Oguta on various skills as well as provide farmers with modern farming skills to boost good production in the areas. Still to come, Director National Orientation Agency Mr. David Dogo enjoins Nigerians to patronize locally made products. Flooding caused by torrential rains in northern India kills 44 people. Details of this and more in a moment. Stay with us.
The power of cool. Everybody love me when I do what I do. Cause when I come through, I got the power of cool.
Are you looking for a serene and comfortable venue for your wedding reception, birthday party, annual general meeting, conference, outdoor celebration, end-of-year party, or church program? Then come to IBC Event Center, located within the IBC Orange FM and TV premises, Akanchawa Road, New Owerri. IBC Event Center is located in a serene environment where good parking space, natural fresh air, and adequate security are guaranteed. You will also enjoy free publicity for your ceremony, conference, general meeting, birthday party, or church program. At IBC Event Center, you can also make use of our well-grassed field for your outdoor celebration, schools inter-house sports competition, parade, and others. Our charges are moderate with excellent services. Visit the IBC Events Center, Akanchawa Road, Owerri today and book for your wedding reception, birthday party, annual general meeting, seminar, workshop, book launch, conference, end-of-year party, or church program. For details, contact the Business Enterprises Department of the IBC Owerri or call 0803 895 9239 or email ibcorentfmtv@yahoo.com. IBC Event Center, the place to be.
Kenyan girls, all my African girls, oh, I love you. The power of cool. Everybody love me when I do what I do. Cause when I come through, I got the power of cool.
Watching Orient TV, Pride of the East.
Now the rest of the news. Director National Orientation Agency FCT Directorate, Mr. David Dogo, has urged political, traditional and religious leaders to use made in Nigeria products. The National Orientation Agency Director made the appeal in Abuja at the Standard Organization of Nigeria's Special Day held at the ongoing 2019 Abuja International Trade Fair. He said that collective efforts were required in sensitizing Nigerians to understand the need to patronize made-in-Nigeria goods. According to him, the need to change the mindset that foreign products are better than what we can manufacture locally in Nigeria, adding that the mindset is a reflection of how low we value ourselves and lack confidence and patriotism. He also canvassed for the introduction of awards for the use of made-in-Nigeria goods in government agencies to serve as incentives. While commending the federal government for banning the importation of some goods, Mr. David said that the move would encourage local manufacturers. Standard Organization of Nigeria FCT coordinator Mr. Gambo Dimka urged manufacturers to ensure their products attain desired standard to remain relevant in the markets. 2 nationals of Niger Republic have been arrested at Kongoland border in Katsina State. The public relations officer, James Saunders, said that they were arrested in possession of pistols, computers and phones. Mr. Sunday explained that their arrest was on the heels of the visit of the Comptroller of Immigration, Mohammed Babandede, and his counterpart in Customs, Hamid Ali, to the border town following the launch of a drill operation. He said the officers arrested them when they attempted to open fire in defiance to evade arrest. According to him, the gallant operatives of the service overpowered them, leaving one dead in the crossfire, while the survivor is helping with useful information about their activities. He stated that after interrogation and profiling, the surviving criminal has been handed over to the police for further necessary action. He asserted that the border drill exercise Operation Swift Response is yielding positive results, with arrest of irregular migrants, criminal elements and smugglers whose activities have been curtailed. He therefore advised the border communities to desist from conniving and sabotaging government's efforts. Foreign news. Citizens of Afghanistan turned out massively to vote in the ongoing presidential poll amid heavy security and bomb attacks from insurgents. More than 70,000 security forces were deployed across the country to counter the Taliban militants who have vowed to target polling stations. The twice-delayed vote is taking place after Taliban-USA peace talks collapsed earlier this month. Reports say that at least 1 person has been killed and 27 others wounded in bomb and mortar attacks on voting centers. In the southern city of Kandahar, women were seen standing in queues to vote despite a bomb attack on a polling station. Authorities extended voting hours to ensure those queuing would have a chance to cast their votes. The Independent Election Commission of Afghanistan expects to announce the results in 3 weeks. The ambassador of Spain to Nigeria, Mr. Marcelino Azzarena, has said his country will prioritize its investment in Nigeria to strengthen the ties between them. The concerts organized by the Embassy of Spain in Nigeria is a yearly practice that sought to promote Spanish and the Nigerian culture. The ambassador noted that Nigeria and Spain have many things in common, one of such being security threats. For us, the security and stability of Nigeria is very important. The ambassador also stated that Spain and Nigeria have very important commercial ties, as both countries are major oil and gas dealers. He further stressed that Spain is very much interested in the security and stability of Nigeria and strongly believes in the future of Nigeria. He noted that the bilateral relations between Nigeria and Spain is built on peace and security, economic development and culture, adding that more will be done to strengthen the ties. Adding also that the relationship between both countries was built upon historic foundations since Nigeria's independence in 1960. He wished Nigeria the best in the celebration of independence on October 1. At least 44 people have been killed and thousands moved to relief camps because of flooding caused by torrential rains in the northern India's Uttar Pradesh, densely populated regions on the banks of two main rivers in the state, which are overflowing because of incessant rainfall in the last 24 to 48 hours, are among the worst hit. Officials and reports said most people lost their lives for a variety of reasons, including wall collapses, drowning, lightning, and snake bites. Flash floods after heavy rains killed at least 17 people in the western India's Maharashtra state earlier this week. Monsoon rains are crucial to replenishing water supplies in a drought-stricken India, but they kill hundreds of people across the country every year. Sports. Serena Williams can still play up to 40 years. Sports correspondent George Opara, the coach of 38-year-old American tennis superstar Serena Williams, has said that she will play tennis until she is 40 years. She further said that she is an unbelievable athlete and can compete such that she reached the final of her last 4 Grand Slams. Still in tennis, Ash Barty defeated Arina Sabalenka in the Wuhan Open semi-finals for the second consecutive year. Sabalenka, the Australian, lost 7-5, 6-4 to the defending champion, who also beat Barty by similar score line in last year's semi-final. In athletics, Nigerian sprinter Raymond will come up against world and Olympic champion Justin Gatlin, Jamaican sensation Johan Black, and Canadian Andre De Grade in the semi-final heats 2 at the ongoing IAAF World Athletics Championship in Doha this Saturday. Meanwhile, the president of Brazil Football Confederation says the international friendly games against Senegal and Nigeria are important test games for the Celeda. In another development, Super Eagles technical advisor Gennett Ra has invited Ramon Aziz of Granada in Spain and Peter Olayinka of Slavia Prague in Czech Republic to replace the duo of Leon Balogun and Kelechi Iheanacho in the Super Eagles friendly against Brazil on October 13 in Singapore. Health is wealth. Clear gutters and drainages of youth. Before we end the Orient Television news, here is the summary of the major stories. The Imo State Oil Producing Area Development Commission ISOPADEC is to train youths of the oil-producing communities of Ohaji, Egbema and Oguta on various skills, as well as provide farmers with modern farming skills with good production in the areas. Former Governor of the state, Chief Ikedio Hakim, has commended Imo people for their commitment in the state-wide cleanup exercise. Director National Orientation Agency FCT Directorate Mr. David Dogo has urged political, traditional and religious leaders to use made in Nigeria products. We also told you at least 44 people have been killed and thousands moved to relief camps because of flooding caused by torrential rains in northern India's Uttar Pradesh states. And that's the news. Thanks for watching the Orient Television News. On behalf of the news editor, Sylvia Ibo, and the production crew, my name is Chinenye Onoha. Thank you so much for your time. Good night.
Watching Orient TV, Pride of the East.